Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You are in control of the choices you make. They can dictate the journey of your soul. The things you release and the things that you hold. For wisdom is better than gold. Always be grateful. Hold on to what you love in your life. And when other people are evil and hateful, recognize that only love will survive. Maintain your integrity. Focus your energy. This is the best way to thrive. Knowing that balance is key to survival and nothing else matters if you don't stay alive. Never forget. Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You are in control of the choices you make. They can dictate the journey of your soul. The things you release and the things that you hold. For wisdom is better than gold. Always be grateful. Hold on to what you love in your life. And when other people are evil and hateful, recognize that only love will survive. Maintain your integrity. Focus your energy. This is the best way to thrive. Knowing that balance is key to survival and nothing else matters if you don't stay alive. Never forget. Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You are in control of the choices you make. They can dictate the journey of your soul. The things you release and the things that you hold. For wisdom is better than gold. Always be grateful. Hold on to what you love in your life. And when other people are evil and hateful, recognize that only love will survive. Maintain your integrity. Focus your energy. This is the best way to thrive. Knowing that balance is key to survival and nothing else matters if you don't stay alive. Never forget.
It is the ZoWhat morning show back in the building. Y'all know how I do, how I get down. Check this out. The masterclass is rapidly approaching. That's why I played the commercial twice. I know we're a little slow. A lot of people like to sign up at the last moment, but I'm telling you right now, you do not want to miss my first masterclass in the last 2 years. The last time I did a masterclass was the Come to Mises masterclass, and if there's anybody still in the chat room that was there for the Come to Mises masterclass, you'll know that it was on absolute fire. This time is going to be a little bit different. The relationship ER is August 3rd and 4th. I want you guys to sign up right now. Where's the website? onestream.tv/the relationship ER. All right. Definitely sign up right now. onestream.tv/the relationship ER. We have a lot of people showing a lot of interest, but we need you guys to pull the trigger once you get into the registration. It's going to be on a Zoom link. You guys will be able to see everything. We're going to be broadcasting in the next room with the LED screen behind us. We have 2 days of curriculum. Day 1 is philosophy. Day 2 is the clinical aspect of what we'll be talking about, and it'll be supporting the philosophical aspect that we talked about the day before. Welcome into the ZoWhat Morning Show. I want everybody to hit the like button, hit the share button. We need your participation in order to keep this show cracking. If you guys are tired of the ZoWhat show, just let me know and I'll stop doing it. But if you love the show, please continue to hit the like button, the share button. And again, there's a super chat button down at the bottom of the chat. The super chat is indicated by that little $sign. You can send your support there, or you guys can use my Cash App and send your support directly to me. $ZoWhat Netter. As you know, we like to promote Black-owned businesses, and I want you guys to continue to support the Black-owned businesses that I put in front of you on a weekly basis. Russell Herbals, russellherbals.com. That's my good friend Russell Harrison out of Altadena. Well, he's LA, but he's in Altadena right now. Great brother, great products. To me, on the level of Dr. Sebi, a respected library of information on herbs, on healing. I've done his detox 5 or 6 times. And to be honest with you, man, I've never felt better in my life. I think I was gaining too much weight. I think I was getting a little too heavy. I think I was doing a little too much, right? So it's very important that you guys go to russellherbals.com and support. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. russellherbals.com. Also, Total Package Energy. We've been promoting Total Package Energy for 8-9 years now. And again, you guys are responsible for keeping this Black-owned business in business. They have energy shots. They have vitamin C shots. They have pea protein for shakes. All of that. I want you guys to support. Support is the word. Support is the word. That's what I want you guys to do for these Black-owned businesses. Support the relationship ER. I'm going to go back and say it again. It's available. Register now. August 3rd and 4th. It's going to be amazing. Go back. Go to the relationship ER. It's onestream.tv/the relationship ER. That's my masterclass. You're going to love it. It's going to be fantastic. Continue to support. Also, we got, what else do we have? Oh, that was it. I think we got one more. I think Beal Sauce. I always promote Beal Sauce, Black-owned business. Love those brothers out of Sacramento. Military guys. They got their own hot sauce, Schmuckatelli, Sergeant Sauce, and of course Gunny Fire. Please continue to support Beal Sauce at bealsauce.com. Hit the like button, hit the share button. All right, let's move into this rather quickly, because as you know, the earlier I start, the sooner I want to end the show. That's just how it is nowadays. I saw something that I thought was pretty interesting. Somebody sent this to me. A young lady finds out that her mother has been in a state mental institution since the age of 16, only because her father took advantage of her and she became pregnant by her own father. So what's crazy is the young lady finds out that her mother is her sister simultaneously. And I'm like, yo, these stories are heartbroken. Mother is also her sister too. The woman reveals it to her after 15 years in a mental institution. Let me just say, And my brother is here, by the way. My brother Baba Ogun is in the building, and he's gonna chime in on this because he's got something. We got a topic to talk about a little bit later. Baba Ogun, say what's up to the folk, man.
Alafia, peace and blessings, everyone.
Yeah, Baba Ogun is in the building. Everybody say what's up to Baba Ogun. Let him know that the ZoWhat morning show welcomes his presence. Yeah. But let me just say this, man. Our community is fucked up in terms of the lack of healing, the lack of acknowledgement, the level of blame. Like, we always blaming. We'll blame each other. We'll blame everybody. You know, the sad fact of the matter is, it's toxic. We live in a toxic environment. We're the byproduct of toxicity. And number one, let's acknowledge the fact that this woman's father raped her mother. Come to find out, they sisters. We got a lot of healing to do. Baba, talk to me about generational curses, because this is a traumatic situation, and I'm sure this produced a generational curse, right?
Right.
So how, moving forward, can that sister or both those sisters heal from what has been done to them?
Okay, well, first of all,
speaking to the mic.
Let me speak and let's make this very, very, very clear. As an African American community, we are very focused on celebrities and pedophilia and what they do behind closed doors. Those people do those things by choice, and a lot of them are paid for that. So I do not care for that. See, what I'm more concerned is about those uncles, those fathers, those brothers, those family friends that are into bringing trauma to young men and to young women. Now, as a Babalawo, I have probably about 100 or so godchildren. And 60% of those godchildren were sexually molested or traumatized by a family member.
You talking about Uncle Fester, Uncle Chester molested.
Fathers,
come on,
brothers, and even aunts. So just because you have a son doesn't mean that you can leave your son with any woman without him being touched. Now, as far as a generational curse is concerned,
you guys speaking on mic.
As far as the generational curse is concerned, it goes like this. You have certain spirits that attach themselves to the energy of the event. And then you have someone who does an incantation with the candle of the energy of the event that attaches that particular spirit that they drew within to the family bloodline.
What?
So every time someone is born, we all know that when you were born with spirit guides, you're born with ancestors, and you're born with spirits that want to see your birth. Okay? So at your birth, that particular spirit that is cursed your family is there at your birth, and it follows you through your birth. Okay?
Through your life?
Through your life.
Path?
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Yes, indeed.
Whoa. That's
a family generational curse. So people get into this fallacy of burning generational money, trying to do certain things. But once again, it comes back to you going back to your elders. I had to, for instance, I came out here this weekend. I saw Mr. Williams, and I did some spiritual work for Mr. Williams here. And I removed ton of stuff off of Mr. Williams because he's a public figure, and people are envy. Envy is 80% of all the problems you're going to have in life. It's not hate. It's envy. Because those who envy you are always the ones that are closest to you. That is always the serpent in the garden. That's the person that's texting you every day. That's the person that's calling you every day. That's the person that you laying next to in the bed every day. It's your mother-in-law, it's your father-in-law, it's your sister, it's your brother, it's your aunt. It can be even your own children. I've had to stop people's children from working them because envy is the one that does it. And it's caused by your free will. See, people refer to Lucifer or Satan or all this different particular evils. It's not necessary. It's not that particular corrupted light. It's the individual themselves who cannot stand you because you are something they are not.
So back to the sisters in this particular story.
Yes.
If you were to work with them,
Right.
what do you think you should do? Would you prescribe like some type of cleansing, some type of protection?
Well, I have to cleanse everyone before I get around them anyway because of my energy cycle. Now I can see the spirit of the Father on the people just from the picture. Okay, do you see her face?
Which one?
The
left,
one
right,
left.
Yes.
Do you see her face? Do you see how her face is crooked?
Yeah.
That's a spirit. Okay? That's a spirit. That spirit attached itself because once you go through a trauma that strong, okay? That's why they call it schizophrenia, PTSD, okay? Demons or evil Oguns or ancestors like to attach themselves to people who have that mental condition because you are in this dimension and another because your mind is split.
Split, yeah. No, listen, I know a little bit about this.
So it's easier for that to happen.
Yeah.
But you have to start with connecting your lower self to your higher self. The chakra system has been around for at least a good 50, 60,000 years. It's incorporated into the Pyramid of Giza. Pyramid of Giza is what they call it now. 500 years ago, they called it Bull Mount. Okay. The Rosicrucians get it because of the design in front of Bull Mount, the Rose Cross. The Masons, when they took apart the buildings and they saw the cornerstone and they saw the compass, they took that as a sign. So this is something that's been around for a very ancient time. I have on my TikTok page an article where they dug up a tomb of an Egyptian queen that was 5,000 years from 5,000 BC, and she had two hands of a ruler in her hand. So that I can trace Ifa all the way back to 7,000 BC.
So let me stop you. So first, you would clean yourself, and when you say clean, you talk about prayers, rituals. What are you talking about?
You have to be clean with the ruler. That means you have to have a pularu, you have to have an Igbo, or you have to have a parado. I have to clean you with either one.
Igbo, what is that?
The Igbo is something where we put certain Oduns on the apun, and we have parchment paper where we usually use a paper bag where we put certain items in that bag, and then we take that bag and we start doing a chant, a chinima, chinima, and we start cleansing your head. We start cleansing your ori. Then we start cleansing your ori, and then as we cleanse your ori, that spirit gets trapped into the bag.
So you know what you're doing. Every time I ask you to explain one word, you give us 8 more words that need explaining. So ori is your head.
Right, it's the middle of your head, yes.
Odu, he says Oduns or Oduns, right? Those are the 16...
256.
Well, starts with 16 and then goes down to 256. You got 16 major and 234 minor, which equals 256 Odus. These Odus or Oduns are the tools by which we divine. Correct? Okay. I just want to make, because folk don't know these words that you use, and they don't know, Baba, they don't know what's going on. And then what happens when the black folk here in America say, what you doing is devil worship? Why you laugh at the people, man? They was taught that it was devil worship.
Okay, well, first of all, if it takes a very simple Google search to find out what's devil work and what's not devil work.
Right.
Okay. I travel around this country just like I travel here to see you. Okay. And the work that I do with Ifa is that, and the ruler is that I cleanse people's lives. I give them guidance. I give them light. I align their chakras, because you have to start in the root chakra. These people, I have to work with them probably for about 6 months, cleaning out their root chakra so they can elevate to align each chakra until they can get to the third eye and the crown. But that's for these people, that probably take about 5 years. Because you have to be balanced.
They've been through so much, though.
They've been, yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Without understanding.
Right.
So, with that being done, see, chakra is something everybody knows. Balancing your chakras. Right. Okay, meditation, that sort of thing. The lotus flower, what it represents.
Right.
It's not Ifa, but it's something common that people can relate to.
Right.
Okay. And when I say connecting your lower self to your higher self, that means whatever lies in your root chakra must be cleansed so that way you can reach, say, for instance, Tesla, where you can reach your crown chakra. Mm-hmm. That's when that's the fifth element. That's when you are connected to the Akashic records.
That's when you have access
That's
to
when you have access to the ether.
Yeah, yeah.
So all the ideas and everything that was designed in this universe, you are now connected with.
Right.
So you can connect your lower being with your higher being. Then you become balanced.
Right.
Between light and dark.
Right. And you're saying this family right here has been shattered and broken to such a degree that they're going to need that type of help.
Yes.
And I've always said I walk the middle path. There's an argument to be made for therapy, the clinical side of it, but there's also definitely an argument to be made for the spiritual side of it. And I always say you balance those two out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
There is something that we have in Ifa where we call a head rogation.
Head rogation.
Okay.
Where you clean your ori.
We clean the ori.
Yeah.
See, when I do a head rogation, and say, for instance, I have to do it with a red snapper, I have to turn.
Oh, wait, hold on. With a red snapper?
Yes.
A fish?
A fish.
Let me ask, because we've been black all our lives, but we ain't been into African spirituality that long. Why do they use animals and fish or rats or rabbits or whatever, pigeons,
rats,
birds?
Gnats. Nobody uses no rats.
Okay, but why do they use animals? Is the animal some type of conduit that holds a spirit?
Yes.
Or talk to me. Is it a container of sorts?
Yes.
Talk to me. What the red
snapper is when we take the fins off, we put it on the feet, we put it on the knees and the hand and the head, and we take the actual fish and then we take the polarity of that, because electromagnetic consciousness. Everybody has that field, that torus field that surrounds their body. Mm-hmm. So when we put certain Oduns on the floor, then we put a circle because we don't want that energy to get on us. Mm-hmm. Okay? So what we do is that while they're in that circle, we take that red snapper and we realign their head to true north, true south, and then east to west. Mm-hmm. Okay? So that allows the human brain to get back into alignment to reverse the trauma and all the things that they've been through. Mm. And you will actually see that once I put certain things on your head and we light a candle, the person will begin to sweat. I had a godson that laid on the floor and sweated his clothes out wet because he had so much trauma going on in his head. You actually sweating out trauma. You sweating hurt, pain out of your body.
Let me tell you something. This is why I started with this story. Let me tell you something. The man was in my house. This is the first time I've ever seen this shit here. I'm sorry. The man was, listen, The man was praying harder than Kobe Bryant trained in the summertime. He was praying so damn. Listen, over the weekend, I don't know how many birds we went through. 3 guinea hen, 3 chickens,
and a duck.
Listen, man, he was praying so hard, dragging them birds across the walls of my house, in the cabinet, just
under the bed.
Listen,
behind the door.
He was praying so hard. By the time he got to the point to take the bird's head off, I have never seen this before. I done seen a lot of rituals. I've never seen this before. The damn bird was limp and emaciated. He beat the bird up with prayers before the bird could even be dispatched. The bird was like, shit, okay, cool. It's over. Eyes rolling in the back of his head. I said, I've never seen that. Normally I'll see, the priest, they'll do it or whatever, rub you down with it, get to it. And by the time they're ready, the bird might be calm or the bird might be agitated. But I've never seen the bird exhausted from the prayer process. And when I tell you, he running through the house, praying harder than 265 first ladies in the church. I mean, he praying hard. He pulled that head off. I never seen it. The first one didn't have no blood.
No.
Beat the blood out the damn bird.
Because
I said, what in the world?
I did was, see, when I get in that zone and I'm on the spirit, my name was originally Ogun Dai, Ogun of God. All right? So I knew what you called me there for.
Right.
The urgency of why you called me. I traveled 2,000 miles to be with you to get what you needed done. And I take what I do very seriously. It's first of all, it may be less than 50 indigenous black men that are Babalaos, that were born in America, that know exactly what they're doing. Okay? We got a lot of fakers out there. But you saw what it does when it's done right.
Yeah.
Okay? So I cleanse your house first to take everything that was negative or every negative event that happened in your home out of your home.
No, you know what's crazy? I don't want to give it away, but after all of that, listen. The Baba is funny because I'm particular than a motherfucker.
Right.
We walk in the house with all them damn birds. Baba said, listen here, man. You don't have the space. We can't put them on the patio, dog. We got to put the birds in your tub. My whole face, what? Birds in my tub?
That's what they made bleach for.
He was like, yeah, man, they ain't even going to be in there long. We're going to get through this quick. It's 3. So I put the shits in my tub. And within about 7 minutes, I walked back in the bathroom and it smelled like an aviary. It smelled like a bird farm. It smelled like bird. Baba said, hey, man, it's going to be over quick. Don't worry about it. We're going to be able to clean all this up.
I mean, what's worse, the smell or your life?
That's what he said. That's what he said. And let me just say, man, when I see these two, I'm heartbroken because, like I said, a lot of times, man.
The spirit got a body crooked?
You see that, right? I'm just saying, a lot of times we don't see that a lot of the stuff that we've been through has to be addressed. We don't see that. And I'm just so happy that they reunited and that they found each other and that the mother had the strength to tell her daughter, her daughter's sister. I'm blown away. I'm just glad she had the strength to tell her because, sometimes when people are traumatized, when people are wounded, they don't talk about it. They just stuff it down and then it's gone forever.
Can I intervene there very
Sure.
quickly? It's not that they stuff it down. what I have run into is that I had a goddaughter that got in some trouble, and she told me to call her father.
Mm-hmm.
And I called her father, and he said, "Yeah, she's always in the trouble." I said, What part did you play in that?"
Oh, we definitely co-created.
Because he knew that young lady was touched inappropriately when she was young, and did nothing about it. Didn't put her in no therapy.
So
didn't
he's
acknowledge what happened to her. Nothing.
Right.
So these are the problems that we as African American descent. We're not Africans. We're indigenous blacks. See, well, let me clear that up. Very, very, very clear. Okay. We here in America, we are all mixed. White, black, Celtic, Choctaw, Apache, whatever kind of Indian you mix with, you're mixed. You have a Creole mixed background, so you probably you got some form of Caucasian, Indian.
Yeah, you see my grandmama,
right?
And my great grandmama, grandfather.
It's a disrespect to people who were born in Africa to say you African.
Mike, can you do me a favor and light that candle? Relight it. Go ahead, I'm listening.
So it's a disrespect for you to say you're African. Because you're not African, because you were not born in Africa.
Right.
You was not raised in Africa.
Right.
Okay, you were born here in the Americas. I call myself an indigenous black man. Okay, with an African descent.
Genetics. Yeah.
Right. Do not piss off the Africans by saying you African.
I hear you. I love it. We on fire today. It's about to get even crazy.
It's not. You're not African. You are of African descent.
We got some Blackfeet. We got some Choctaw. We got some folk now.
Yeah,
we got some folk here. Let's keep it pushing.
And see, then you got to realize that the Egyptians were here. They sailed here thousands of years ago. If you go even into the old scripts where Enki and the Lil couldn't get along. And Enki took all the blacks from Egypt and took them over to South America. That's where you got the Olmecs.
So you talking about, of course, the Anunnaki, the Anunnaki. You talking about the cuneiform?
That's in cuneiform. That's in hieroglyphic. That's not even up for debate because it's carved in stone.
Right.
And for them to carve in stone, it had to be of great importance.
Oh, of course. Right.
Nobody carves in stone and makes it look like that.
Right.
For kicks and giggles.
Shits and giggles. I got you, brother. I got you.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was of great importance for it to be put on temple walls.
Right.
So, Africans came to, and during the slave trade, you also have to remember that 70% of the slaves ended up in Brazil in the sugar plantations.
Yeah.
And only 30% made it to the States.
And they got their version of Ifa as well.
Of course.
What is it called?
It's called Santeria.
Or no, I thought that was Cuba.
No. Let me get into that really quick, so we don't have angry callers.
Make it clear for us.
Okay. The Cubans have what they call Lukumi.
Lukumi, got you.
Lukumi.
Yeah.
Okay? And the Cubans feel that they are the ones who saved Ifa.
Come on.
Okay? Because the Africans were turning into Christians and turning into Muslims, and they felt as though that their version that they saved in Cuba is their version. And
their version. Got it.
Their version.
Yeah.
And some Cubans believe if you teach an indigenous black man Ifa or Lukumi, you are considered a traitor in Cuba.
Really?
Cubans, they will not take you to the level of Babalao and Lukumi.
Really?
Do you know how many people I had to change their crowns because the people in Lukumi weren't going to take them there?
Really?
No, they'll take your 15,000.
They'll take your money.
Yeah, but they're not going to give you the proper teaching, the proper learning.
Oh, this
because
is
you're
going
an indigenous, and you're an indigenous black man or an indigenous woman. And I'm not saying all Cubans are like that, but they know what goes on in their community.
So they see you coming, they be like, we ain't finna give him the keys.
No.
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 No, 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 no.
If you go online and you look for the most racist travel sites, Cuba's is one of them for African Americans.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Why is that?
Because they don't consider themselves as black indigenous Americans or
But
Africans.
they practice black indigenous spirituality.
Right.
What in the feast?
So we all know that Ifa originated in Nigeria.
Right.
The Yoruba people migrated to a basin in Nigeria and started there. Now, where did you think those people migrated from?
Where?
Egypt.
Of course. I know. I don't want to. Just go ahead, brother. I want you to shine. Come on.
When you have a Dudawa, for instance, a Dudawa comes to you in a box when you receive a Dudawa. Why? Because they said that the Muslims chopped him up and put him in a box and sent him back. That's why you receive a Dudawa in a metal box. But the Dudawa came with technology from the east, from Arabia, from Egypt, and brought it to the Nigerian basin. And that's how he was able to create the city of Ile-Ife and to conquer Nigeria and some of Dahomey. Oduduwa found the great spirit of Oya and put her in the pantheon. Oya is a Dahomey spirit originally. So that's why when someone comes down, their crown is found out to be Oya, automatically we know their lineage is very strong in voodoo. Which started in the ancient land of Dahomey, the West Coast. Because you got ancient African voodoo where they practice the same Odun, 16 Oduns under Yahweh.
Yeah, which is why some people consider them to be the children of Israel. Exactly.
Okay,
so wait, before we go all the way down the rabbit hole. Hold on, Baba Ogun. Before we go all the way down the rabbit hole, back to that initial question about our brothers and sisters down in Brazil. Some people say their belief system is called Candomble. And then some people say
Candomble, it could be
Santeria, the saint worship, because of the proliferation of Catholicism, and that's how you can hide the Orisha under the saints.
Under the saints.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is good stuff.
See, they don't call the saints like we will call them. They don't call them Oya. They don't call them Olokun. They don't call them Yeminya. They don't call them Oshun. They call them by the saints.
Right.
Like, for instance, Shango is called Saint Barbara.
Right. Saint Michael would be,
I don't know.
It could be Obatala.
Right.
Or anything of that nature. Right. Got it. So why are black people in America so afraid? Now, because let me just say, there's an episode. I watch Game of Thrones.
Right.
I love fucking Game of Thrones. There's a scene in Game of Thrones, or there's a season, I don't know which season it was, maybe season 5, where we get introduced to this white boy bastard. He takes over Winterfell, and he captured, that castle, and he took this dude whose name was Theon Greyjoy and kind of reconditioned him through abuse to not see himself as himself.
Right.
He said, your name is not Theon Greyjoy anymore. Right. Your name is Reek.
Right.
So he done chopped the boy up and mutilated him and castrated him.
Right.
So now the boy, no, my name is Reek.
Right.
Fuck that. Don't you call me Theon Greyjoy. I ain't Theon. He's scared to the motherfucker so much so that his sister tried to invade that castle to recapture him. They found his ass, and he was like, nah, I ain't going nowhere. You better take your ass out of here before they get you. I'm Reek. I don't know who the fuck Theon is anymore. I'm Reek.
Right.
So in America, we've become the Theon Greyjoys of the world because The Boltons. That's right. Ramsey Bolton. Yeah, my people in here be watching this shit. So what's crazy is we've become those kind of people because we look down at, African spirituality, where's Ifa, whether it's Ifa, whether it's Candomble, Palo, right?
Right.
Whether it's voodoo, whatever we want to call it, we look down upon it because, and when I say we look down upon it, we look at it as evil. Like that is of the devil.
Right.
So my question is,
well, can I clear that up?
Please, that's what I'm asking.
Very simple.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, let's make this very clear. Catholicism was created by Constantine.
Yes.
Constantine saw a cross in the sky and he decided he wanted to be a Christian. So he went back to Rome and he created the Pope. And we know how evil the popes were over the years.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. The Catholicism is responsible for killing 83 million people. Here recently, 11,000 victims of child molestation have come forward from the Catholic Church.
Come on, man. I'm listening.
Over 800 to 900 priests have been accused of molestation of these people. All right. Also, what they have, the Catholic Church is a sovereign state in the middle of Italy, okay?
Right.
Which goes down several levels. We don't know how many levels it goes down. But they have the records of all the ancient cultures of the world hidden from everyone else in the world. Even some of the scrolls from the destroyed library of Alexandria, even some of the destroyed scrolls from the library that Alexander the Great conquered in the great Mesopotamia, Iraq. And they went over to South America and they took all their scrolls, talking about the Olmecs, talking about how we had contact with alien races and the giants that built the things that they built in Ecuador. In Peru and Chile, they found in all these pyramids that are 5,000 and 6,000, 7,000 years old in Peru and Chile. So the human civilization goes way back. And we're not even going to get into what Admiral Byrd found in Antarctica.
Antarctica, yeah.
See, true north has moved 15 miles. So all the, like for instance, all the animals that were flash frozen in Siberia, that they're going and they're getting these cave bears and cave lions out of these caves that were still have food in their belly. The mothers still have full frozen milk in their tits in Siberia.
Wow. Okay,
but now that true north is moving again, the pole is about to flip.
Right.
So Antarctica is warming up again. So all those pyramids, which is the largest pyramid on Earth, is located in Antarctica. And you don't even know about the pyramid in Bosnia, the pyramid of the sun. It's a pyramid in every continent. And there's plenty of pyramids in China, but the Chinese government doesn't discuss it.
No, they're not going to talk about that.
And they're not going to talk about the one that was destroyed there in Indonesia. That one may be 200,000 years old. The one in China that they do discuss had lead pipes that they dated back to 170,000 years old.
Right. That's crazy. Hold tight. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for sharing. Let's see, who is this? Cess and the City. Thank you for your super chat. Y'all should be supporting this channel. As much information get dropped on this channel, especially on the ZoWhat morning show, especially on the Voice of Reason. Everybody talking about this is 2 on time. If y'all really like this information, you can't just sit back and not support it. I think it's selfish to do so. You understand what I'm saying? Please get in here, hit that super chat button. The super chat is the $ down at the bottom of the chat. It's 300 people in here. If everybody gave $2, that's $660. But we don't want to work as a collective. I'm going to talk about the Donald Trump thing in a second. And I know the Baba is here, and he's got a wealth of information to share, but I think it's unfair for you to have it for nothing. You've been given to the church. The church is worth what? Trillions of dollars. You've been given. And I'm not saying you shouldn't give to the church. I'm not saying this is equivalent to the church. But anywhere you can go and build and get insight and a wealth of information, you should support. I believe that. I believe you should support Baba Ogun.
It's an energy exchange.
Come on. I believe you should go to his Cash App and support his Cash App.
It's an energy exchange. There always has to be an energy exchange between mankind.
But see, listen. We'll exchange our energy with our oppressor.
Of course.
See, our oppressor's signature on our checks mean more than the energy exchange we should be freely giving to one another. See, we don't fuck with one another. We don't really like each other. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? But we may not like the oppressor, but we like the oppressor's system.
I'm gonna go deeper than that.
Then go with it.
Deeper than that. 90% of the readings that I do to find out who's working the person, somebody will give me an energy exchange through my Cash App, and I do a reading. Either I bring down their Orisha and I do the reading, or I do a basic reading for them, right? 90% of the time, the person that's working them is the person that's closest to them, okay? So what we do is, like, all the young black people, right, are rushing away from the church to African spirituality.
Right.
I want to be in Ifa. I want to be in Voodoo. I want to be in Hoodoo. I want to be in Palo. Okay, but you know what they do when they get the knowledge?
What?
They work their baby mama. They work their baby daddy. Or you have mothers stealing the beauty from daughters. Or I'm going to work my mother. Or I'm going to work my neighbor.
Or I'm going to work the person I want to be with.
Right.
I'm going to manifest them.
Exactly.
There you go. I'm going to bind the person that I left.
So basically, they're doing spiritual drive-bys.
Ooh. Wait, hold. Just stop right there. Put up the man's Cash App. Put it up on the screen.
If you got my website, put that up too.
Ifa.
www.ifaislight.com.
See, this is why I say you can't really use this stuff until you get healed.
No.
Or at least you're not going to be totally healed ever. But you got to reach a certain level of healing so you don't weaponize African spirituality. Because I think a lot of people will try.
They only want the power of the energy of spirituality to hurt other people they want to get even with.
Or to manifest.
Right.
And they might want to manifest harm. They might want to manifest blockages.
Money.
And then they manifest money for themselves. They manifest, I want you to see me living my best life kind of energy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, listen, man.
But it all backfires on them.
Right.
Because, see, my personal story, for example.
Y'all get the twos and fews rolling. Support. Don't forget, onestream.tv/the relationship That is my new masterclass. I want everybody to support. You got to show up to that. August 3rd and 4th. Show up, sign up, do it right now. Let's go. Go ahead, Baba. Finish your thought.
Okay. See, I have people come to me and be like, Baba, yeah, I want to get the ceremony of the Baroon. Baba, I want to get the ceremony of the hand of a ruler. Baba, I want to get into Palo. Okay, now Palo is very secret.
Right.
Like Ifa is very secret. Mm-hmm. Voodoo is very secret. Mm-hmm. See, because you have different diasporas. The diaspora in Africa has secret societies. Mm-hmm. The diaspora in Haiti has secret societies. Mm-hmm. And then you have another diaspora in New Orleans, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, hoodoo is a mixture of voodoo, some paganism, because hoodoo, they couldn't do voodoo here in the States because they didn't have the same plants or the same animals or the same minerals or the same trees. That's why the Seba tree is so holy in voodoo and all African spirituality. See, what they don't tell you is the magic of Palo came from Palo to Israel.
Wait, what do you mean?
Ooh, let's drop a dime on somebody real quick.
Go ahead. What is Palo? And you said it came from Palo to...
It came from the Congo.
Came from the Congo,
right,
to Israel.
They took that magic. That magic that you see in the Torah and the Kabbalah.
That's from the Congo.
From the Congo.
You guys remember I told y'all there was a Sunusi, a Sangoma in South Africa by the name of Credo Mutwa. He passed away a few years ago. And Credo Mutwa, I told you, all these white folk was at his feet from all over the world trying to talk to him. David Icke, David Icke, or David Icke, however you want to say it. All these guys was always at Credo Mutwa's feet talking. And he said something that was so powerful. He said, just because Africa got different terminologies and different names and different deities does not mean that Africa, for the whole continent, doesn't have the same belief. He was like, it's all the same belief. It's just different tribes expressing it differently with different names.
Different diasporas.
He said South Africa is the oldest. And he said everything else goes from, he said for us, South Africa is the north of Africa. And Egypt, what you call Egypt, is the south.
Right.
He said, but the way the white man got the map flipped upside down, Egypt is northeast Africa to them. He said, but that part of Africa is closest to what we called hell, which is the ancient word for Greece, Hellas.
Right.
So he was like, that was hell down there.
Right.
And Egypt is the baby of the family.
Right.
He said, when you come to South Africa, that is the grandmama.
That's right.
And then it branches out. So
exactly.
Yeah, and he said, it may be different terminologies, but this is all one belief system in Africa. Go ahead.
Let me hit you on the head. MIT, the Chinese government, Harvard, Oxford, all these great universities, quote unquote, let me quote that. The Chinese wanted to prove that they didn't have African origin.
Yeah, exactly. I remember this.
The first mother was found to be from Botswana.
Yeah.
The first mitochondrial DNA was found to be from Botswana.
Right.
And how close is Botswana to South Africa?
Right up the street.
Thank you.
Right down the street. I can still hear the ice cream truck. It's right over there.
So when these fraternities, these black fraternities say, we crossed the burning sands to get into this fraternity.
Come on. I hear
those burning sands was for those that came from the mountains and the cold. They had to cross the desert.
They had to cross the burning sands. And they had to go through all the trials and trials and tribulations to be initiated into what was our way of life.
Right, because Africa, it was back in the day, Sumeria is what's considered Africa.
Yeah.
Where Israel and the Canaanites and the Phoenicians and the Syrians are, all that was considered Africa.
All of it. Come on, man. All right, hey, all right. Listen, I got to move on to these other stories because Baba going to keep getting deep. I got to move on to these other stories. Hey, are you guys appreciating and enjoying today's topic? I hope you are. I got a couple of things to run through before we get back into this in-depth discussion. They say we lost 4 icons. Let's just go through that real quick. Shannon Doherty, everybody's been following her, 90210, Little House on the Prairie, and all the other myriad shows she had, Charmed. She had all of these shows back in the 90s. She just recently passed at a very young age. Of course, Ruth, you could put up the whole picture so I don't block it. I guess, yeah, we got the mic in the way. There we go.
Richard Simmons passed. Wow.
Richard Simmons just passed.
Dr.
Ruth, the sex doctor. And, of course, that actress, what's her name?
Shelley Duvall, played in Popeye.
It was also, she played in The Shining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall. So we lost a few folks. Now let me get all the superficial shit out the way. So rest in peace to all the people. Rest in peace to all those who brought you great memories. I'm gonna tell you the funniest shit that my mother used to follow Richard Simmons, and I ain't even gonna get the funniest.
What about they saw Dr. Ruth at the Puffy party? That was funny too.
That was funny. Dr. Ruth, you know, she had an amazingly long career. 96 years old, sex therapist. Been on all the major outlets, television shows, radio, love shows, all of that, man. She was amazing. People followed her long time. And then let me just get through this real quick because people want to know about it. Bronny James, let me just tell y'all, lay off the kid. We knew they were gonna dog him out. I knew they were gonna dog him out. Okay, but I'm gonna say, lay off the kid. They talking about how he's averaging 5 points a game. They saying he's 6 of 26 field goal, 0 for 3 at 12s, 0 for 3 and 3, 0 for 12 and threes. Let me just say really quickly. One thing about shooting, you're gonna get better. He's gonna get better. That's it. All you got to do is get in the gym. And his father is damn LeBron James. So they can afford the resources. They can get in the studio. Not in the studio, in the gym. They can get in the gym. He can put up 2,000 shots a day. He can go hard. First off, 2,000 shots a day is a lot. He can say, I want to make 2,000 shots a day. He can go to the gym every day and make 2,000 shots a day, and his shot will be better. It's just about putting in the time, putting in the work. And trust me, he's going to do it. He's going to get better. He's starting off rocky because, number one, he's dealing with draft picks that are higher than him. He really shouldn't be in this position, but he's in this position. So, of course, he's going to start off a little rocky. I forecast that he's only going to get a little bit better. In normal situations and circumstances, would he be in this position? No. But again, the nepotism piece works for him. His dad was able to get him a guaranteed contract that not even fucking first rounders get. So I'm happy because you have a black man and a white infrastructure that's able to bully them. People are saying, oh, he got the Los Angeles Lakers in a chokehold, talking about LeBron James. All right, great. I'm happy for him. Fuck that. Pimp these white people. Fuck it. Get as much of this motherfucker as you can get. Get it. So I'm not going to hate on him for doing that. And a lot of people, oh, he's not good enough to be in the league. He might not be. But LeBron is running this motherfucker. When was the last time you ran a Fortune 500 billion dollar organization? Just because you are who the fuck you are. So, hey, if the Lakers turn out to be a mess because LeBron did it, so what? So what? All right, I'm with Bronny.
I got an opinion on that.
Go ahead. What is it?
I got an opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
When I be on TikTok, I see maybe 11 hours a day of people trying to decide who's the greatest. Is it LeBron or is it Michael?
That's Michael.
And that debate boggles my mind because it don't put a dime in your pocket.
It don't.
It don't put a dime in your pocket. You arguing for hours over who's greatest, Kobe, LeBron, or Michael, when you could be spending that time on the computer starting a business. When you could be putting that time into your daughter. When you could be putting that time into your wife or your relationship or your marriage or your spirituality.
Son. Yeah.
When the last time you changed the water on your ancestor altar? When the last time you relit the candle on your ancestor altar?
Come on.
When was the last time you wiped down your ancestor altar with Florida water? When the last time you gave your Orishas or whoever you follow an offering? But you got enough time to spend hours debating these two men. And these two men, Michael Jordan or LeBron, they only donate a certain amount To black people.
Uh-oh. They only donate a certain amount to black folk. I hear you.
Okay.
Well, they say LeBron has done some good things.
He done some good things.
He got a school, in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know.
It looks nice.
They say that.
It's nice.
He said, that's nice. You said he can do some more. Give me some more.
Michael Jordan is worth what? Going on $2 billion?
Like $3 billion now.
$3 billion, right?
Yeah.
How many schools he got?
I don't think he got a school. But he has been donating some money lately.
Lately?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that's real. Hey.
I'm just asking.
That's real. Hey.
I'm just asking.
Who gonna argue that? I ain't gonna listen, that's real.
I'm just saying. I think that if you and I despise money because money and time is an illusion. Mm-hmm. But we are under the power of the draconian system where we need money.
Right.
They've created a system where they completely convinced 8 billion people that you need paper money to survive.
But again, it goes back to the metaphysical. For instance, you get in trouble with the law.
Right.
The judge will say you were charged. Mm-hmm. Right? How do you pay off that charge?
Money.
The judge sits on the bench. Bench is the Latin word for bank.
Yeah.
So the bank that they're talking about, B-A-N-C, the Latin word bank,
right,
means the banks of a river.
That's right.
The banks of the river control the currency.
That's right.
The flow of water. Money is flow.
Oh.
It's water. That's why they say affluence. When you have a lot of money, you are affluent. You can flow easily in society. That's what that is. So again, you get in trouble, you get a charge.
Right.
In order for you, if you don't have the money to pay the charge, they put you in a cell.
Right.
A cell is a battery.
Right.
You're going to pay off this damn charge either through time, which is more valuable than money, because once you spend it, you can't get it back. You see? Listen, are y'all listening? This is why we say y'all don't understand. Y'all really don't want to do this spiritual talk. You don't want to do this spiritual talk. You'd rather come shop online and get little bits and pieces of information so you can parrot it back to somebody so you can sound deep than really participate in the spiritual exchange that's supposed to be happening. That's why the brother said earlier, he said, what? You not giving me money because you trying to make me rich. You giving me money because you value the insight that I'm giving you, and now there's an exchange. There's an energy exchange that's happening. You know what? I just got this. Man, organically, I got to give this back in some way.
So can I say this?
Go ahead.
People come to me and be like, I don't have money for the reading. Or I don't have money for the ceremony.
Right.
Right. But with no job.
Oh, keep going.
I done paid over $100,000 for the knowledge that I got. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They drugged me across the concrete to get the knowledge that I got. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. For me to get to where I'm at. Mm-hmm. For my very first ceremony, they charged me double to make sure that I wouldn't come back. So for 8.5 years, I walked in the rain. I caught the bus. I ate nothing but what I could find, turkey hoagies, whatever it could be. And I saved every last penny. To this day, I don't wear nothing but white t-shirts from Walmart or shoes from Walmart because I wanted the spirituality and I was willing to do whatever it took to get it. I sacrificed. I didn't have dates. I didn't have women. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a rollie. Like when George Floyd, you protesting George Floyd, but you see the Gucci store, you want to bust up the Gucci store or the Chanel store or the Burberry store to get you a bag to take back to a house that's worth $20,000 to $30,000, and your mattress is on the floor and it's covered with bed bugs.
Come on, man. But you got that bag.
You got that bag. You got a Gucci belt, but you standing on the corner at Sharp Neck and Chew or Broad and Allegheny back in Philly, or you down there in Gonzales Gardens in South Carolina, or Hollywood, Florida, or you in Bessemer, Alabama. You got that Gucci belt. You in Little Rock. You in Beaumont. You in Charleston, North Charleston. You got a Gucci belt. Mm-hmm. But you can't afford to put a bed frame up.
A bed frame. Come on.
Huh? See, this is what I get at. This is what I don't understand. What's the priority of your money? What's the priority of your mind?
Escapism.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Motherfuckers don't want to think. Listen, motherfuckers don't want to do nothing that takes them off the path of comfort. Comfort is
smoking, drinking, humping.
Yes,
and
smoking mirrors. I don't want to see nothing real. You listen. You know, like I know. You start getting into that spirit work. Where the fuck do you think Carl Jung got it from? See, you quote Carl Jung. Oh yeah, we got to do shadow work. And what you think Ifa is? What you think voodoo is?
Right.
That's shadow work. Listen.
Tell them how hard I had your ass working.
That's what I'm about to say. This man is running. He said some shit that freaked me out. He running through my house. He's like, keep up with me, Zo. Throw the fucking Florida water on the walls and say the prayers. And he said, when I say the prayer, you say the prayer. Throw the shit on the wall. He running through my house and he go, I'm chasing shadows. I see them moving. They running. And he praying. Listen, I'm like, the fuck is going on? Like, I'm trying to listen. We are so afraid of the real work. We'll quote Einstein. Well, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We'll quote Carl Jung. Well, you know, that's the shadow work we need to do. But then we'll turn around and say African spirituality is evil because our Western oppressors said so. But at the same time, the Western oppressors will call this Baba for a ritual.
That's right.
He got white folk calling him, said, sir, I need a cleansing. I need a head rogation. I need a Ibo Riru. They will come do. Do you understand?
Yeah, right. See, somebody that's not of African descent will be willing to pay me my worth before my own people.
Come on. But see, this is what we're talking about with this energy exchange.
Right.
You can't shop in my energy and acknowledge the store you stole it from. But that's what we're accustomed to doing because of the internet.
That's it.
The internet will have a motherfucker sitting there watching you, copying everything you do, but won't say, you know what? I vicariously learned from Baba Ogun, his videos, right? Or I vicariously learned from Zoe Williams how to do podcasts. I'll copy little things that he does, but I won't say anything. See, it's easier for us to steal from each other. It's easier for us to not support each other through energy exchange than it is the dominant society. Why? Because we support each other based on affinity, right. If I like him or not. If I don't like him, I can still watch this motherfucker and steal from him and feel justified in doing so.
Exactly.
I can steal his swag. I can steal his information. I can steal, he probably inspired me, but I won't give him credit for it because I don't like him. Fuck him.
Not at all.
But when you deal with the white man, When you deal with his infrastructure, 9 times out of 10, niggas be more on the up and up with him because they know there are consequences for fucking him over.
Exactly.
Look at how we deal with white women. Hey, you know not to fuck with no white woman?
Exactly.
Because you know the stigma be like, oh, if you fuck with her and you do her wrong,
You going to jail.
you going to jail, motherfucker. That's a Becky? Fuck with a Becky, see what happens.
Jail.
You going to jail, my nigga. So you get what I'm saying? We have these kind of societal misnomers in place and suspicions and superstitions in place. And to me, the most detrimental one is the superstition that we have around our own spirituality.
Right.
Talk to me.
See, because what happens is I help people out, or I try to guide people, right? Or somebody come to me and be like, Bob, I want to know who my Orisha is. I pull down their Orisha, I tell them their Orishas, I tell them what a ruler tell them, right? Now, this is a ruler. You getting a reading from a ruler.
Not
Miller.
you.
A ruler Miller.
Right.
Not me. A ruler Miller, not me.
Right.
But they blame me for what a ruler Miller told them.
Well, that's what it's called, divination. But remember, the mistranslations of the Bible will say what you just said was evil. Divination, you're not supposed to divine. That's what the Bible will say.
Okay.
But explain that to them.
Yeah.
Because you know how we did as people. We said, oh, y'all use the Bible? Y'all use the King James Version? We'll incorporate that shit into our shit too.
Yeah, a ruler ain't been wrong in 10,000 years. And he ain't about to be wrong now.
How about it? Keep going, brother.
When I put out that divination, I pull up those Oduns on you, I know exactly who you are and what you all about. And I call you out on it. I let people know I know what you done. I know what you did. I know what type of person you are through these Oduns that I've read, that I divinated. And I tell them, then they agree.
And even if they don't agree, it is what it says.
Right. They know the truth in their heart. Because Aruma Miller is such a powerful oracle that we have to communicate with those 256 Oduns. That is binary code.
Ones and zeros.
Ones and zeros.
Yep. Light, dark, on, off, up, down, left, right, north, south, east, west. Keep going.
Ifa is as much quantum physics and science as it is spirituality.
That's why I was drawn to it. That's what it is to me. It's quantum mechanics on the spirit side. And people think first off, if you know anything about quantum mechanics, you know quantum mechanics is rooted in uncertainty. This is why I love Ifa, because Ifa, many people will misinterpret it, saying, oh, I'm looking for a yes or no answer. Ifa also give maybe. See, people don't understand. When you get a blockage in Ifa, sometimes a blockage is a form of protection.
That's right.
You don't need that shit right now. And here's the even bigger piece. You don't even need the truth right now. So you just hold on for a second, and then we'll get back to you.
And I can show you magic right now.
Go ahead.
I can show you magic right now. Yeah. See this staff, right? This is the two-faced staff of Adudawa, Brosia and Bramu.
Let me get over here so I can see. I want to see.
The facial expression has changed on both sides. The facial expression has changed. He's now smiling where he was frowning. Reproduce that. Reproduce that. That's when you know you real. When you got it shade. A ruler gave this to me. I earned this. Took me 9 years to earn it. Now you tell me how the facial expression change on it. Look at his eyes getting bigger. You tell me, Zo. You watching it. You watching it, Zo. You've been seeing me do magic all weekend. Yeah. So why you surprised now?
Who said I was surprised? Who said I was surprised, brother? I'm sorry, I'm in here messing with some candles.
You saw the face change for yourself. I didn't do that. That's solid wood. Can solid wood? That's Brozier and Bromu.
That's crazy.
That's the sons of Adudawa. Would you say so? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm bugging right now. I'm looking at it.
You staring at him. You watching him.
I am. I'm like,
He looking at you, right?
I'm looking on the TV and I'm looking right here. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I had to get up. I wanted to see it on TV to see how it translated.
Let's call the spirits down. Let's bring them down.
Let's bring them down.
Let's bring them down. Let's bring the real to the people.
Yeah, let's bring them down. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, Baba, how do people follow you, man?
I just created an X account maybe about a week ago. That's Ogun Paradise at Ogun Paradise. Cause she put up my TikTok account.
Just give it to them. Just tell them, because most of these people are on TikTok right now. So it's at @awo_Ogun. Can they get on? I want to make sure that it's not private. That is, because I keep it private because I don't want a lot of followers on my page. Because when you have then you might as well not give them this, because this gonna get a lot of views.
No, if they come in with the attitude, then it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so it's at AWO_OgunIFAGBEMI. There you go. There you go. And the website is www.ifaislight.com. www.
IFA
is
LIGHIT. All right, LIGHT.
IFAislight.com. But put the TikTok account up so people can get to it. Yep. So they can see it for themselves. Right. They just seen me do it.
Hey man, it's all good. I ain't even tripping off of that.
They just seen me do it.
This is where I'm at though. This is where I'm at. And they got your TikTok in the chat now. So everybody here gonna see this. They got your TikTok in the chat right now. So here's my thing. All of this is for reconnecting to your people.
That's right.
That's all this is about. Is how do you reconnect to your.
But so I was chosen for this. I was chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me tell you what I mean by that. In voodoo, in leukemia, it's handed down from grandmother to grandmother, father to son, son to father, son to father. Mm-hmm. I graduated from college. I was working in corporate America. I was making over 6 figures. I was doing a data center. I was last studying to be a Cisco network administrator. I pledged the fraternity, Iota Phi Theta. I did a lot. But my aunt on the mortuary, and she started to curse me, my mother, and my sister. My mother got paralyzed on the left side. My sister went crazy. Mm-hmm. I was in a car accident, stayed in the hospital for 32 days. Mm-hmm. Lost everything. I had a wife, a 6-figure job, mm-hmm. 2 houses. Mm-hmm. ended up on the streets in North Philly.
Mm-hmm.
In the worst neighborhood in Philadelphia, Kensington,
Mm-hmm.
the largest open heroin market in North America.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, a Dominican lady came by me and said, "You cursed. You need to find a Babalao." I said, "What the hell is a Babalao?" I never knew what a Babalao was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know none of the spirit, demon stuff even exists. I just thought my mom used to watch horror movies all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't find a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I went before the judge and showed him every job that I interviewed for. This is how dedicated and persistent you must be to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I went on 149 job interviews in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
The judge couldn't believe it, but I had proof.
Mm-hmm.
Then after she told me that, a gentleman by the name of Tim Milton, I'm going to give Tim a shout out because he had a Facebook group, Mystics Meet.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped in that Facebook group and I saw it was a lot of people from Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So I created a side group for all of us to have a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
Then a young lady, Joyce, convinced me. She said, "You know what? You need to go to Temple to study under Miss Betty to study the Yoruba culture."
Mm-hmm.
Then I studied under Miss Betty, but Miss Betty was not a Babalao.
Mm-hmm.
And I still needed to find a Babalao.
Mm-hmm.
So I was praying for a job one night, right? And I had the candle there, and I didn't even light the candle. I was going to light the candle. It was one of them thick 7-day candles that you just picked up.
Mm-hmm.
It broke in half, and the glass flew all in my face.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I knew I was cursed.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me 1.5 years to find a Babalao. And when I did, and when I found that Babalao, when I came to his door, his wife, the spiritual mother of the house, said, "Somebody's working you." I pulled out my phone. I said, "Is this the woman?" She said, "Yes." I said, "That's my aunt."
Mm.
She said she's been working you for the last 12 years every morning while she drinks her coffee. So it wasn't until I got crowned with Ogun. I came out Ejeobe. That's the highest you can go in Ifa.
All light.
A ruler in my Ita told me I am second to none in Ifa. That I don't have to bow or swipe my robes to no one in Ifa, no matter how many years they got.
Mm.
And then when I had my crowning ceremony, or people know it as Ocha ceremony done, when my Ogun came down, he was so large that people ran out of the ceremony because they never saw Ogun that large.
Mm.
He's over 20 feet tall.
What does that mean when he came down? And
when the Orisha comes down to earth in spirit, that's why you have a bimbe, so the Orishas come down with the drumming. And when he came down, the power came down, automatically, Odumare, they said, he's the Awo. He's going to be a Baba. Period. A ruler said it, commanded it by Odumare himself. My job that Odumare and the ruler told me plain out simple was to bring my people home. That's why I was able to get $100,000 together to get to Baya Babalao. But I'm an indigenous black man. I am not Cuban. I am not African. I am not Dominican. I'm not Puerto Rican. I was born right here in the States to give my indigenous people their spirituality back.
And we got to stop being afraid of it. Because
I'm the only one that's going to give it to you. The Cubans ain't going to give it to you. The Africans are only going to give you so much. The Dominicans ain't going to give it to you. The South Americans ain't going to give it to you. I'm the only one that's going to give it to you. Was I the only one that gave it to you?
X gonna give it to you. Hey, if you don't, just take it easy. Take a breath. I'm sitting here with you. You ain't got to yell at me now.
They don't understand what it took for me to be an indigenous Babalawo, a real Babalawo. Because for all you fake Babalawos that's pushing Oduns, a ruler gonna kill you young.
Ooh. Don't
When you're a fake Babalawo and you don't have the spiritual license, you die young.
Somebody said, why he yelling? They said, why he yelling? Because he passionate. I be yelling sometimes too. He passionate. Let him yell.
Because they don't know, they don't understand what I've been through.
To get
to where I am.
Right.
How many obstacles that I had to cross? How many people that tried to kill me with spells? Do you know how many death spells they don't put on me in the graveyard to stop me from becoming a Babalawo? You know how many people don't pull guns on me to stop me from becoming a Babalawo? Because they didn't want an indigenous black man to be a Babalawo. They don't understand my strife. And I did it for them. For them to turn around and disrespect me like Judas did Jesus.
Now, brother, I just want you to stay with us, though. Stay with us, because we got to teach. We got to teach. We got to demystify Ifa. Because remember, when you're a conditioned people, when you've been conditioned by a system that says, you know, first off, you don't matter. You start off in this system as a tool, as chattel slave. You start off at that point. Then you have to work your way up to be partially acknowledged. And if you know how narcissism works, narcissists know how to devalue people.
Exactly.
So this system has devalued us while at the same time trying to raise us in an incremental way.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So we have this schizophrenic experience of the system that we are dependent on. So the conditioning is so tough on our people, especially when looking at our own belief system. How do we slowly but surely let our people know that African spirituality is in fact a safe space for us, and it is the right space for us to be in if we want to evolve in consciousness? How do we do that?
Humility, discipline, respect for your elders. Because you cannot get the secrets to Ifa, Voodoo, or Palo if you don't get it off the lips of the elders. So the elders are going to decide whether you are worthy or not to receive the information. If you come in the door with your ego and thinking you know more than an elder that's done it for more than 40 or 50 years, then you're sadly mistaken. And see, people nowadays have a problem with being humble. When I speak to my Babalawo, when I call him every other day, or I call him every day, I speak to him in a certain kind of way.
Certain tone and delivery, yeah.
When I call my mother twice a day. I speak to my mother in a certain tone and a certain way. When I'm out in the streets, you seen me out in the streets when we was together. When I ran across an elder, how did I speak to that elder? Did I acknowledge that elder? So you got a lot of young folk that don't want to do that.
Right. But we got to encourage them to do that. We got to encourage them that it's important
to do that.
To do that, yeah. See, the brother came out here to cleanse my house. And when I tell you that house is clean, brother said, Zo, we're going to put some salt in the mop water. We're going to put some Florida water. We're going to put some ammonia in the mop water. Then he said, after you mop this place, after we've cleansed everything, the walls and everything, after we mop it, you take the mop, the water, the bucket, everything, and throw it away. Because we not reusing, we not bringing none of that back into the house.
No.
You understand me?
No.
See,
and when you took your spiritual bath after we had done all the cleaning, tell them that you came out a complexion lighter.
That spiritual bath was interesting. Now that was different. You take a spiritual bath, a whole bunch of herbs.
I made it personally.
And prayers and
I made it. I made it for you.
And what's crazy about the spiritual bath, you think, okay, I gotta take a bath. Fuck it. A bath is a process. So you think, fuck, I'm gonna be in here for a minute. No.
No, 6 to 8 minutes.
You got 6 to 8 minutes. Get in there, say your prayers, and get out. And then walk out that motherfucker backwards. And then you got to air dry. It's a whole damn process.
But when I told you to look in the mirror, what did you see?
Well, you saw it before I did. You were like, "Yo, man, you look lighter. You look illuminated." He was like, "You look yourself." And I had to take my hat off, and I was looking. I said, oh, "Okay." I felt better, and I felt lighter. When I got out of that spiritual bath, I felt lighter. I felt like a weight had been taken off my shoulders. And what was crazy was, normally you don't, or at least for me, I don't feel anything immediately. But as the day went on, because that was a long-ass day, we wound up at the beach. I'm throwing dead chicken bodies in the ocean that have been wrapped up with prayers and sigils, and and the crazy, I had to climb this rocky cliff twice. Like, hey, yo, you got to throw them shits in the ocean, man. Get back up there. I'm chucking them in the ocean, and it was just a long ass day. But as the day progressed, the weight of what was done started to set in. When I tell you I was tired than a muff, then as soon as I get home, we get back to the spot. Fuck it, that was a long day. All right, cool. We try to go to sleep, couldn't go to sleep. I thought I was going to go to sleep. I was tired as hell. I got to the crib. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I got to smoke a cigar because this was crazy. I go smoke a cigar. This is weird. I'm smoking a cigar outside of my crib. And the next thing you know, I was laying on the sidewalk. Wow. I was laying down.
You hid that from me. You didn't tell me that.
I'm telling you.
You hid that from me. You didn't tell me that.
I was laying on the sidewalk.
He hid that from me. He didn't tell me that.
I was laying on my back on the sidewalk, like, smoking a cigar. Like, what the fuck?
You didn't even tell me that.
That's what happened. I'm telling you now. I was like, God damn. Just pontificating and pondering, like, what the fuck
just happened?
So I finished the cigar. It was a long cigar. I finished this shit. I'm like, so I get up. I'm woozy because it's a strong cigar. I got a strong cigar. I'm woozy. I get up. I said, all right, got a little cigar buzz. All right, fuck it. I'm going to go to bed now. As soon as I touched that bed, I was up.
Because you didn't take the spiritual bath.
I hadn't taken the spiritual bath.
You couldn't take it. You weren't going to relax until you took that spiritual bath.
Right. And I was up like until like 5 a.m. I was up. Shit. You called me from the other room. Like, hey, you was up. The energy in that house was so charged, I couldn't sleep. And then when I took the spiritual bath, that's when everything just...
Because you didn't finish the ceremony. The ceremony had to be finished with you taking the spiritual bath.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. It was a whole experience. It was a whole experience, man. And we needed to cleanse that house.
See, people don't know the backdoor work that goes into Ifa. All they do is go to the Botanica and buy Lakis and wear a bunch of Lakis around their neck. And 90% of the people didn't even have the Laki ceremony. They just going and buying them and wearing them around their neck.
Right.
It's a ceremony that you're supposed to
warriors.
go through.
I got that. Yeah.
Before to get to be able to wear the Lakis.
Yeah.
This right here is only supposed to be worn by a Dai.
Mm-hmm.
You see people wearing this that don't even have no ceremonies.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Let's get to our final story. I know you all been waiting to talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Donald Trump.
Let's talk about it.
And you know, that's a
Donald
little bit
Trump
old. That
assassination
chart's a
attempt.
couple of months old.
Everybody
And
hit the like
if
button,
you
hit the like
want to
button,
really
hit the
see
like
something
button,
that's said,
share,
take a look at what happened.
Support. Hit the like button, hit the super chat if you can. Please hit the cash apps for Baba Ogun. Can you put his cash app up? Can you put the cash app for Zoe Williams up? Please continue to support the both of us. There's the cash app for Baba Ogun, and there's my cash app. And if you can continue to kind of rotate those cash apps so people can see them and support. We need the support. The information on today's show has been absolutely wild. We've been on fire today. This is what I want to do, because I know people want me to give my opinion about what happened with Trump. But really quickly, there's 400 people in the chat right now. Can I get you guys to write what you think I'ma say? Right? Do you think, I don't want to tell you what I think right now. I want you to write what you think I'ma say about the Donald Trump situation. And I'm going to read off y'all comments because this is quite interesting. Right? This is quite interesting what happened over the weekend. What do y'all think I'm going to say? Do you think I have a conspiracy theory about this? Mike is like, yeah, you do. They said, I think it was a show so he could gain more supporters. Somebody said go deeper. Somebody said, oh, Lord. Somebody said staged. Somebody said none of our business. You know I be saying that. None of our business. Somebody said hoax. Zoe thinks it was staged. All the world's a stage. Unc setting us up. Timing is everything. Let's see. The chickens have come home to roost. It's a family fight. It's a sham on the American people. All the world is a stage, and we're merely players. Y'all know me. Staged. I don't know what you're gonna say, brother. If you've seen Wag the Dog movie, it explains. Stage without Trump's knowledge. Stage. It's a setup. The world's a stage. I'm guessing you're gonna say it's politics. The Simpsons were right. The shit was staged, political theater, catch up. Never have I seen a red so unnatural. Get home and had a chicken dinner Popeye. What? A stage setup, The Simpsons. Okay, people are just talking. All right. Baba Ogun, what are your thoughts on the assassination attempt on the life of Trump? How does this elevate his campaign? Do you think this was staged? Do you think it was designed to elevate his campaign? What are your thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, we got to start here, number one. They enacted this draft again, okay? That's number one. Do you think they let 18 million immigrants in this country by accident? No, we are outnumbered 3-1 by China. We need bodies, okay? Now, that's number one. Now, no one in America knows anybody in Taiwan. Very few people know anybody in Taiwan, but America is really quick to go to defend Taiwan. Why? Because Taiwan makes so-called the semiconductors, right? Like, why we can't here in America make our own semiconductors and chips? We have to go to war with China to get over chips? Okay, no. Donald Trump, that situation is something to start the Civil War. CIA agents, FBI agents have been retiring at an astonishing rate because they know war is coming.
Could this be tied to all of the oligarchs building bunkers?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. Continue.
So what's going to happen, okay? Biden, they know, is incompetent, right? My man don't know where he coming and going, right?
I told them this a couple weeks ago.
So this makes Trump look like Superman. After he stands up and he pumps his fist after he gets shot. First of all, an assassin doesn't miss. Somebody with that kind of shot at that height and that level with that kind of gun don't miss. They graze him on purpose.
So you saying a graze, if you can graze somebody, you could have shot him. Are you saying a graze is kind of like a trick shot in pool?
Exactly.
Ooh, don't do that.
See, but now this rallies his base. Everybody from the mountains, everybody from the farms, everybody from the bayous is up in arms.
He looked like 50. He looked like 50 Cent. He got shot 9 times and he survived. That's what black people say. Those are the memes I keep seeing.
Man, look,
they done put Trump's face on 50's body.
Yo, listen, man.
And they playing mini men.
My cat don't gave me deeper scratches than that. Okay? And see, if that was a real assassin, he would have never missed. That was staged, my brother. To get this civil war going, to get Trump back in office, because Trump said if he get back in office, he going to get the Supreme Court to overturn the rule that a president can only stay in office twice.
He going to change the term limits.
The term limits.
Yeah.
So he can stay in office as long as he want. They already took away abortion. They already took away affirmative action.
Oh, yeah. Project 25 is what they're talking about.
And if you didn't know, in 7 states, they have passed a law now stating that you cannot protest. So if you protest in certain states, you're going to jail.
So let me come back. We've been talking about this on the ZoWhat show since 2012. Because you're not educated to understand governance, you are the governed. So many of you have not been educated to understand governance. The purpose of governance is to be the intercessor between the people and government.
That's it.
So you got politicians who write laws to govern the populace.
Exactly.
Governance. Now, you don't know the difference between liberty and freedom.
And you have none in America.
These are both legal terms.
You have no freedom in America.
If you get the Black's Law Dictionary and you look up freedom, freedom means freedom. Right? Unconditional freedom means without constraints. But they make it interchangeable like we do the word faith and belief in the Bible. Word faith and belief, 2 different terms. 2 different terms. But you think they're synonymous. Faith without works, there is no faith. Remember that?
Right.
James chapter 2, right? We think faith is belief. Faith is not belief. Faith is actually facts. It's work. wait, hold on. Let me finish the thought and then I'll throw it back to you. Faith, freedom, liberty. Let me explain the difference between the two. Freedom is unconditional, without constraints. Mm-hmm. You don't have freedom. You never have freedom. Even the white folks who started this whole 13 colonies, there was no freedom. There was always liberty, though. The legal term for liberty is real simple. It means freedom within constraints. Do you see? You got a political system that serves as your intercessor. The politicians, right? They're your intercessor for government. You don't know how to govern yourself. You're not self-sovereign, right? You are owned by the sovereign. You are part of the sovereign. So you go with your petition, your prayers, your wish, i.e. your vote. The word votum, Latin, means vote, means wish. You take your wish to your politician. Your politician takes your wish, your petition, your supplication to the government. And you think they're going to take care of me. That's no different than church. You go to the priest, the pastor, with your petition. They got it set up the same way.
Exactly.
But this system lacks spirituality. All they have is theatricality. They put on a show. Baba just said something very powerful, and I want y'all to hear what he said. He said, this elevated him.
Yes.
In a certain kind of way. Can you talk to us about that?
Oh. So now, all the people that weren't going to come out for Trump, now going to come out for Trump. You got certain states and the culturalism and the tribalism here in America is so deep. American people are going to come out to defend Trump at every rally now, instead of having the Secret Service do it. Just like they stormed the Capitol building, they're going to surround every Trump rally from here on out to protect Trump from his so-called enemies. Okay? Do you think they're going to let Trump go to jail? 80 million people voted for that man. Do you think 80 million people going to stand by and let that man go to jail?
Well, they've already taken away they've already added to some of his immunities. So, okay, I think.
But let's just ask this one question.
But wait,
ask this one question.
Now that the
Please
immunities.
Ask me one question.
But wait, I'll answer that one too. But the immunities preceded this. So people are already mad because the Supreme Court was like, okay, he's immune to certain things that are official behavior and not immune to certain things that are unofficial behavior, which opens up the gray area. What is an official behavior? So a lot of legal people felt like, oh, you guys are making it so he doesn't go to jail.
He ain't going to jail.
Finish
it. Trump ain't going to jail. You can forget that. I can explain it to you right here. What rich white man you know went to jail?
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff, and he dead.
He went to jail.
And Stein went to jail, and he what? Dead.
Who else? What's the other? The dude, the white version of Diddy, Stein. What's Harvey Weinstein?
He about to get out.
He about to get out.
Yeah.
But he did go to jail.
What kind of jail? Like Martha Stewart jail?
Well, I don't know what kind of jail.
Where you get filet mignon and you get champagne?
Champagne jail.
Right. Where none of the doors are locked and you get a private bathroom. Mm-hmm. And you got and the cook and your mattress in that particular jail is about a certain sleeper. Is that jail?
They said Epstein went to jail.
Yeah, was that really his body? We don't know.
But don't get it twisted. They will kill their own. See, some people argue that this is not staged because people died.
Right.
what? This is America, Jack. America kill motherfuckers.
Yes.
Parliament. The only thing that fuck with me about this whole thing is you get the politicians come out. There's no place in America for political violence. It should never happen. No place in America for political violence. Malcolm X.
I just don't understand.
Let me finish. Malcolm X was assassinated. That's political violence. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. That's political violence.
Right.
Martin Luther King was assassinated. That's political violence. So many people, so many black folk have been killed
over political violence.
For political violence. There's no place in America for political violence.
But it's been violent.
Wait a minute. George Floyd. Right? It's so many. The cops killing all the kids.
The country was started on violence.
I'm just saying, like, there's no place that, like, it's so antithetical to who we are as Americans for political violence to exist. Knock it off. America is violent. Did you watch the Oppenheimer movie?
Well, I know about Oppenheimer. I didn't have to watch it. He stole everything he knew about the fusion bomb. He stole from the Indian Sanscripts. And he would give a copy, a handwritten copy, to all his best friends of the book where he got nuclear fusion from. So he got it from the Indian culture. So
people don't understand. There's a book out there I want everybody to get, and that's a great reference. I love that reference, Bob. There's a book out there you should get called The Tao of Physics. In this book, it's about 35 years old right now. So that means if you're just hearing about it, you're more than 35 years behind. It's called The Tao of Physics by Frijov. Get the link, get the book. And what this book does is take the three most prominent spiritual belief systems from the East, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, and attribute and show the connection between those belief systems and quantum mechanics. Now, we done already told you Ifa is synonymous with quantum mechanics. We done already, the ones and zeros, the binary code.
Listen. The first opalite was brought back to Africa from a Babalawo that went to Tibet. And he brought the opalite back to Nigeria, what we divine with now.
Ones and zeros, light and dark, up and down. A black man, physicist, said at the foundations of reality is Indra code. Ones and zeros, binary code.
That's it.
Let's go back to the point. We know that our spirituality is what it is. This right here is theatrics.
Yes. I got a question.
Let me finish my point, because sometimes you cut me off and I got to finish these points.
Okay, yeah. This is ridiculous.
Let me just say, sometimes it's very important that y'all understand that.
Preach.
They are putting a show on. Preach. You think they won't kill somebody while they're putting on a play?
Preach.
Ron Brown, hole in the top of his head. When his plane went down, the coroners checked him out. There's a hole in the top of his head. Listen, shit, just because it's staged don't mean there aren't real aspects of it. It's just like basketball players saying, oh, the game is fixed, but them putting 35 hours a week in training ain't fixed. They're training to win a game. They're training to play a game. But the part of the game that they don't control is the officiating.
Not at all.
So the player might be prepared to do what he was trained to do. But if he doesn't understand the lines of other members in the play, he'll just play his role, not knowing the role of other people. That's what make it look real. Now, am I saying the stage? I'm saying I don't know what the fuck going on. And I'm going to mind my business. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is, after that shaky debate, where Biden looked crazy, looked senile, looked old, looked like, look like what he is. After that, Trump started looking good. We talking image-wise. I'm not caping for Trump. I don't know nothing about none of that shit. But image-wise, even as a liar, lying, just making up shit, he looked better than a senile dude.
Right.
He up there lying. Listen, I don't give a fuck what you said. That ain't the truth. We doing this, we doing that. You know, he's fucking Donald Trumping up there. He
Trump.
He wilding. The senile dude is muttering and mumbling and stumbling. He look horrible. Now every time he misspeaks, just came out, misspoke again, called the president. He called the president of another country that's at war with Russia, President Putin. Ooh, no, I don't mean President Putin. So now every time he makes one little mistake, they like, oh, he getting older and older by the second.
By a second. And
go ahead.
Listen, the only time I seen Kamala Harris is when they showed her shopping. When you ever seen us in the last 4 years? You ever seen her? I ain't never seen her unless she was shopping. What did she do? And then I have a question, right? No matter who gets elected, they ain't gonna do a damn thing for black folk, period. We're gonna lose no matter what. Ain't shit going. Yo, the Democrats were supposed to put in a bill to stop the cops from killing black men. Did that happen? Oh, Trump said I gave black colleges money to keep them going, but they can't teach black history in a black college if they want the money.
Project 2025. So
it doesn't matter. We gonna lose no matter where it go. Either way it go, we gonna lose. It's not gonna benefit us no matter shape, form, or fashion. So that's why when my man Bubba Dub, shout out to Bubba Dub, I love you, I'm your Baba, that this fight is between them. Let them fight their own fight. It has nothing to do with us.
I try to stay out the way.
We don't have no jets. We don't have no tanks.
They keep saying, oh, he good now. Baba's staff is hitting the microphone. Okay, yeah, thank you for telling me. We good. Thank you, Chris. Our people love it. They want to hear everything you saying.
Yo, listen, because it doesn't make sense, because no matter who is in power, it does not benefit us.
But we don't benefit us.
None at all.
We got to beg each other to support each other, to ride with each other. We got to beg each other to unify. And let me just say, I'm so tired of seeing black people on their best behavior around white folk. Mm-hmm. See, if we got a black restaurant in a white area, that motherfucking customer service good as hell.
Yep.
That motherfucker clean as the Board of Health.
That's right.
We got that shit tight to the motherfucker. But if we got a black restaurant in the black neighborhood,
man, listen,
we gonna wait 2 hours for the food. We're gonna have a waitress with a bad attitude. You know why? That's just a sign.
For a week.
Yeah, that's just a sign that we don't respect ourselves. We don't respect each other.
And they know that.
See, I done seen black restaurants in a white area switch up their seasoning. You be like, no, don't go to that one over there. Go to the one in the hood, because they season their food a little different over there, because they season it for white folk. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you're not lying.
Just tell me, do you understand what we act right in the presence of our oppressor?
That's right. We
get comfortable in the presence of our dysfunction, which is each other.
Right.
So what our known is to disrespect each other. That's our known.
All the
fuck
time.
Niggas. Fuck bitches. Get money. All you niggas broke. Get the fuck out of here. We treat each other like we're used to devaluing each other. But we dare not devalue white infrastructure. You know why? Because that's where we derive meaning.
That's it.
Listen, go get a book by the sister's name is Kincaid, and it's a book, Jamaica Kincaid, right? Jamaica Kincaid is the author. The book, I forgot the name of it. I'll give it to you. I gave it out before, but the book is Jamaica Kincaid. Let me pull it up right now. I want y'all to see this book. The reason why it's important, because this is the mindset that y'all need to understand. Jamaica Kincaid. There it is. There she is. Oh, Jamaica Kincaid is a damn Gemini. Well, there you have it. Makes all the sense in the world. All right. The book is called A Small Place. And I have it on, I got it on Audible. But the book's called A Small Place. Get the book. The reason why I'm telling you to get the book is because I need you to understand the perspective in which she's writing this book. All right? Jamaica Kincaid. All right? This is a test, Zoe. Be careful, Zoe. We all know it's a test. What am I don't understand the careful. I ain't said shit you ain't said. I ain't said shit you don't know. We all saying the same goddamn thing. I'm trying to explain something to y'all. I need y'all to stay focused.
To be honest, I don't care.
Now, I'm trying to tell y'all not to care. I'm trying to tell y'all to tap into each other while this bullshit is going on. That's the message. The book is Jamaica Kincaid's A Small Place. The reason why this is important, because I want y'all to understand the mindset. See, what we consider valuable, what we consider meaningful, the white man established meaning and value because his dollar runs the world.
That's it.
Right? So when you read this book, you're going to understand this woman is from Antigua. The tourist industry. Mm-hmm. She likens in the same way as colonialism. She frames the tourism industry as colonialism.
Exactly.
Your black ass is living like a white folk, living like a white person. We going to Aruba. We going to Jamaica. These people have colonized their countries. The resort industry, the tourism industry has turned, you call it paradise. That's their home. They get treated like shit by the tourism industry while you're on vacation. You think, oh, I'm going to paradise. This is wonderful. I could live here. No, you couldn't. These people are treated like shit by the tourism industry.
That's right.
She said, while you're in the water, you don't know the sewage system is so fucked up that you think that's algae brushing up against your ankle, but it might be feces. And it's written in a poetic form. She's from Antigua. And she talks about the history of colonialism, colonization by white folk. And y'all turned it into a paradise. She said it ain't never been paradise for us because we live here. Ooh. And they get there and they treat everybody like they're a servant to them to facilitate their vacation.
That's it.
Totally oblivious to the hardships that those people are going through. That's right. We live the same kind of life here. We're striving to live like them via the accomplishment or the accumulation of the standards they said makes one successful.
That's it.
We just like that book, Jamaica Kincaid's A Small Place. Go get the book and read it. You'll see. You can parallel what we've been through with what they've been through. You can parallel it. You can correlate it.
America's horrible.
And all I'm saying to y'all is when y'all see There's no place in America for political violence. Martin Luther King, that's political violence. Malcolm X, that's political violence. And many, many others.
January 6th, political violence.
January 6th, yes, you're absolutely right.
Political violence.
Political violence. It's political violence everywhere. So I don't like the double standards. And all I'm saying is, why not work with each other? Why not get over the generational curses that have been bestowed upon us generation after generation and find a way to work with each other? The cold part is if somebody tell you to do that, you push back. But if somebody rap about it.
But they only signing rappers who speak about demons.
Let me stop you there. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar dissed a culture vulture, or what is now being considered a culture vulture, in Drake. I don't think Drake is kind of. It's kind of been proven. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Kendrick drops Not Like Us and reunites the whole hood.
Right.
He got Bloods and Crips on stage. Everybody like, cool. We got to oust the culture vulture.
How long is it going to last?
But my point, I don't give a fuck. As long as we had a moment of it, great. But my point is, how do we sustain it? How do we sustain it? We need to sustain it. We got people who show up to every one of my shows, don't support nothing. We got people who say, hey, man, you saved my life. Hey, man, you saved my relationship. Don't support shit. A lot of people gonna follow you and be like, Baba, can I get a reading?
But like, I don't get paid Friday. Then why did you email me on Friday?
All I'm saying is, you got folk in our community that's used to getting something from us for nothing. Because the white man said, you better pay me, bitch, or I'm gonna come take all your shit.
Exactly.
We don't have the power to do that to each other. So it's a safe space to not support each other. Listen to the depth of that. We've created a safe space to not support each other. Like, it is normal for us not to fuck with each other for real.
Exactly. Now, how long is that unity that Kendrick Lamar created gonna last?
I hope it lasts forever. I hope he makes another fucking record, and I hope that record pulls us even closer together. But the fact of the matter is, entertainment will not be the source. It's entertainment is motivation to say, yes, let's work together.
It's spirit.
But it's got to be spirit work.
It's got to be spirit.
It's got to be spirit work. And we don't really want to do that. We'd rather be entertained. I don't want to entertain.
When you saw me working from sun up to sundown,
I saw it.
Putting in that hard work. Ain't nobody willing to do that.
I ain't never seen a bird get beat up by prayer. This man beat the shit out of the bird. The bird, I ain't never seen a bird ready to get his head ripped off. Just tear my motherfucking head off. I'm tired. I ain't never seen nobody pray that. Dragging them birds across the walls, in the cabinet. That bird, by the time you got that bird over there ready to pop his head off, he was like, please do this shit now.
That's all the spirits I took with him.
That motherfucker was done. He was done.
I binding him up and got him out of there, didn't I?
Got him up out of there.
I got him up out of there, didn't I?
Hey, Theo Washington, that's dissension. Don't do that. I love you, Theo. You know I love you, brother. Don't do that. I hear you. That's comedy. Theo, I ain't even gonna repeat what you said.
Repeat it.
Theo Wild and a motherfucker for that one. Hey, listen. I'm not going to stay too much longer in here, but let me say, it's 400 people in here. I need 50 people to sign up to my masterclass. I've been promoting it all show long. I've been promoting it for a few weeks. I need y'all to get involved, all right? I got
to put that on my page too.
Yeah, man, the people who really fuck with me, y'all should fuck with me heavy on this because I'm working on it like crazy. Exactly. I hear you, Theo. Don't trip, my brother. He's a babalao. He's not a radio personality. He's a babalao. You got to give him space to do him. OneStream.tv/The Relationship ER.
That's right.
All
I'm here to support Zo.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm here to support you because you came to me and we made a connection because Eshu and Ogun are best friends.
Eshu, that's right. You Ogun. I'm Eshu. Look at the red and black over here, the green and black over. I just noticed that.
Yeah, we best friends.
Hey.
I'm here to protect you.
Come on,
and to make sure that you, as my friend, as my brother, was taken care of.
Absolutely. I just noticed that red and black over here, green and black. I just noticed. Okay, yeah, I'm with it. So don't forget, sign up. OneStream.tv/The Relationship ER. I'm calling on at least 50 people today to sign up. Show your love, show your support. This is going to be August 3rd and 4th. It's a 2-day event. Day 1 is philosophy. Day 2 is the clinical side. Of course, I'm going to have a clinician on day 2 to explain how the concepts marry each other. This is going to be a look into my 5th and forthcoming book. I don't want to tell you the name of the new book, but it's amazing. It's fantastic. You guys got to support. Register the Relationship ER. Do it right now. OneStream.tv/The Relationship ER. Support. Don't forget, tonight I'm on Tavis Smiley's KBLA Talk 1580. We have an amazing topic lined up for you tonight. It's going to be incredible. I want you guys to support. Also, don't forget to follow my brother, Baba Ogun. He's on TikTok. He's on Facebook. Where else are you, brother? How do they support you?
I'm on TikTok, Facebook. I just signed up to be on X. Ogun, OGUN, DIEI Paradise.
I love it.
And that's my website.
Ifa is light. Go to his website.
They can email me and I will get back in contact with you. Once I read your email, I will reply and respond to you. I'm here to do this thing for real, man. I'm here to do it for real. As you saw, I'm here to do this for real. I'm not here to play with people. I'm not here to joke with you. Zo was like, man, you woke me up cussing somebody out.
Oh, I heard it in the other room. Hey, motherfucker, I tell you, I said, what the? It's 6 in the morning. It's like 5:45. And another motherfucker, didn't I tell you? Didn't your Baba tell you what to do? You're not doing what I told you to do. That's why your ass in trouble. That's why you call it right now. I said, what the?
Yes. That's right. They call me when they get in trouble after I don't told them what not to do.
Right. Now, see, he's Ogun. Y'all got to understand that Ogun is the warrior with the machete. That's Ogun's energy.
I'm Ogun all the way. That's why they don't like making us babalaos. They make Shango babalao. They make Abatala babalao because they come up, they speak quiet, they timid. You know, Shango got a temper, but you know, he got the peace of Abatala. Yeah. I'm Ogun. Ogun is a warlock. Ogun is over all of blue-collar workers. Ogun is over technology. Right. Ogun is over metal.
Right.
So when you dealing with Ogun, that's why Oguns end up in jail because that's Ogun's favorite place. The jailhouse is made out of metal. And one last thing I want to tell y'all real quick. Everybody got the King James version of the Bible, right? The two oldest Bibles in the world are the Codex Aleppo and the Codex Leningrad. One is in Ethiopia, one's in Jerusalem.
I was going to say Ethiopia.
Yeah, they 1,500 years old. They 2 feet wide, 2 feet thick. That's the Bible. And all you got is the King James Bible, which is smaller than my book. So all you got is the Cliff Notes.
The cliff notes for the commoners. Listen, we had a great conversation today. I'm glad that I was able to introduce my brother to y'all.
Man, look, hey.
Hey, continue to support everything that I'm trying to do. I definitely want to see a big push on the registrations for my latest masterclass work. And don't be afraid to hit that Cash App, $ZoWhat Netter. If this show meant anything to you, if it had any impact, knowledge-wise, insight-wise, please continue to support. If you want to send your support to me directly, just go to $ZoWhat Netter. I thank everybody for tapping in. I thank everybody for rocking with me. And I'll see you guys tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. KBLA Talk 1580, the voice of reason, will be back. Holla, deuces.
Take it.
Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You are in control of the choices you make. They can dictate the journey of your soul. The things you release and the things that you hold. For wisdom is better than gold. Always be grateful. Hold on to what you love in your life. And when other people are evil and hateful, recognize that only love will survive. Maintain your integrity. Focus your energy. This is the best way to thrive. Knowing that balance is key to survival and nothing else matters if you don't stay alive. Never forget. Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You are in control of the choices you make. They can dictate the journey of your soul. The things you release and the things that you hold. For wisdom is better than gold. Always be grateful. Hold on to what you love in your life. And when other